Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pets. So what I got for you today is I got some free stuff from Seachem or AquaVitro. When I was at Aquashella, I spoke with Nicole. She was one of the event coordinators for Seachem, and I was talking to her about my YouTube channel. Let her know like, hey, you know, I raise shrimp, I do videos on shrimp, and she's like, well, AquaVitro, which is another brand by Seachem, we make all kinds of stuff for shrimp. So she offered to send me some stuff to try out and check out, and I got the package and I wanted to do an unboxing for you guys and check some of this stuff out. So, you know, let's go ahead and see what she sent me and see what kind of stuff AquaVitro makes for shrimp. I'm excited for this, so let's get right to it and see what we got. So if this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. That way you're notified of all my future content. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go. Big shout out to Seachem AquaVitro. Thank you so much for this stuff. They sent me a bunch of hides, looks like some enrichment accessories. So these are things that the shrimp can just move in and out of. It provides a safe place for them to hide, as well as just to feel secure while they're in the tank. If you don't have a lot of stuff in your tank and you're not very good at growing moss or plants, these items here are a great accessory to have in any shrimp tank because it gives them a place to hide. AquaVitro has their own line of water treatment products, so they have some pH buffers to help raise and lower that pH, as well as a GH remineralizer for like your Caridina shrimp. I've always used Seachem Prime, but looks like they have some Shrimp Start, which is a good chloramine remover for your shrimp tank. Shrimp Exo is going to help to raise iodine, which is good for your shrimp exoskeletons. Definitely a lot of cool stuff I didn't know AquaVitro made. I'm excited for these enrichment accessories. I think the shrimp are really gonna like it, and it's gonna provide a place for your females after they molt to hide, while all your males kind of chase them around to mate and create those baby shrimp. So if you don't have a lot of places for shrimp to hide, these are gonna be great additions to any shrimp tank, so that way, you know, your shrimp feel safe and they have somewhere to hide. I'm excited to see if the Shrimp Exo really makes a difference because I've heard good things about using iodide in your shrimp tank, so I'm curious to see if it makes a difference. I also can't wait to start testing my pH and seeing if I can, you know, match my change water to the tanks to balance that pH more. All right, so I went ahead and rinsed these guys off. I also rubbed these down pretty good because there was some burrs from when they punched the clay. So this looks like it's just kiln fired clay. It's pretty sturdy, but when they punched those holes, it left some burrs on the inside, and I didn't want that to hurt the shrimp in any way. So I just took a piece of metal and kind of scraped the sides down just to get rid of some of those burrs. These guys are just little tunnels. Another little hide, which did the same thing, scraped all the burrs off. And then I really like these, you know, 3D cubes. These are awesome. Well, cubes are 3D in general, but these cubes are really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw those in the tank and see what the shrimp think. Before adding these to the tank, I placed them in a bucket of RO water and threw an air stone in there. Just that way I can rinse off any of the manufacturing dust and anything that may have just gotten on these products before adding them to my shrimp tank. I also went to the AquaVitro website to get an idea of how these are supposed to be used, and I saw that those stars can be stacked in fun little shapes, and you don't have to just put them in the tank by themselves. You could kind of stack them into these like pyramids or little arrangements to give the shrimp somewhere to climb on and you just crawl through. So I placed a little bit of food in each little tower just so that way the shrimp are a little bit more attracted to the hides, and you can see that they're going all over the place looking for this food. So this is my Blue Bolt tank. It's been going for quite a while. It is one of my most prolific tanks. As you can see, there's just tons of babies in this tank, tons of varied females. So these guys are doing great and just living and loving life. This is actually the second Caridina tank I set up. My first Caridina tank was my crystal reds and blacks. And you know, once I started with Caridina, it was kind of a downhill from there. I ended up breaking down all of my Neo tanks and just setting up straight Caridina tanks. But one day I'll set up some more Neo tanks, but for now I'm very happy with my Caridinas. So these are my green apples. It is a cross between my Tangerine Tigers and Aura Blue Serratas. This tank's been going for almost as long as the blue bolts, and you can tell that it does need a little bit of culling. They look more like washed out tangerine tigers than those green apples, so it's going to take a little bit more time to get these to that green apple quality, but I feel that adding some Aura Blues to the tank will help to get that more green color. So definitely some cool stuff. I'm excited to try it all out and see how it does. Just ordered a pH meter, so I can play around with the pH a little bit. When you're playing with pH, you want to be careful, because too many pH swings and you can hurt your shrimp. So I'm gonna go ahead and test the water for my RO after I remineralize it, see what the pH is compared to the tanks. That way I can just get that pH ready to match what's in the tanks, because if I'm showing a pH of 7 and then adding it to a tank that's like 6, that's gonna fluctuate the pH during a water change, and we wanna keep those parameters as stable as possible. So that's something I'm gonna mess with, and I'll do another video on it once I play with it a little bit more. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you later. Bye, 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 bye.